Welcome back to Season 5, Episode 2 of Teed Up, where everyone's a sports expert.
The podcast that makes you care about sports, including President Conley.
We're an original podcast created and produced by Long Beach State student-run newspaper, the Long Beach Current. I'm Matty G.
I'm Matty C. Today, we got two familiar guests on the pod. We have the current sports editor of the Long Beach Current, Davis Ramage.
It's good. Glad to be back with this guy. I also want to be the first one to cuss on this show, so I'm fucking hyped to be back.
Dang.
Love it.
Well, there goes the monetization for this.
We don't get ads.
We don't get ads. But I'm also back, apparently.
You're always going to be back.
Yeah, we said that this was a comedy show, and Matt's been inviting me the last 2 weeks. I don't know if I should be insulted or complimented.
It's a privilege.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take
You
it.
said you're a joke, so.
I am a joke. The biggest joke.
You'll be back next week, too.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's on the agenda for today?
Football all day. Get ready for the Super Bowl. Worst Super Bowl of all time.
Yeah.
Not hyped at all. We'll get it started with the AFC and NFC championship game reviews. We'll start with the early game.
The Eagles game.
Your Eagles.
Yeah, 55-23 was the score. 7 touchdowns or 8 touchdowns. 7 touchdowns. I think it was
7.
Only 1 passing touchdown, which is kind of crazy to say. Will Shipley, the rookie, got a rushing touchdown. But I think ultimately from watching the game, it was just the defense stepped up massively. Forcing all the fumbles and the turnovers was huge to get some possessions back. And then scoring off of those turnovers was really big for the Eagles, I think. Still waiting to see, how Jalen Hurts decides to approach the Super Bowl or the playoffs as a passer, because he's just kind of been like,
Yeah.
Dude, the
Here
Jimmy
you
G
go.
special.
Yeah.
the Jimmy G
There you go.
special type. But him and AJ Brown connected for a touchdown in that game, which is kind of good to see. But you look at the year that AJ Brown has had this year, given some injuries here and there, it's not the most spectacular year of AJ Brown's career. He still hit 1,000 yards, which is you expect from him, but no 1,000-yard season from Devontae Smith. He was also injured, but the wild card game, AJ Brown had 10 yards for a catch for 10 yards, and the next game he had 2 catches for 10 yards also. So it's kind of interesting to see how Sirianni and how Jalen Hurts decide to approach the game on the offensive side, given how good the Chiefs' run defense and overall defense has been this season. So it's kind of interesting to see what comes of that game. But shout out to Jaden Daniels, Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. Great year for a Commanders team that far exceeded expectations. I would say, in that division, they were one of the 2 teams that were not going to make the playoffs at the start of the season. We didn't expect the Cowboys to obviously collapse as early as they did. Thank you.
You love to see it.
Thank you, Jerry. Shout out you. But they were a very pleasant surprise. Zach Ertz had a resurgence game in that game.
Mm-hmm.
He was the number 1 option. Terry McLaurin was almost non-existent except for that first touchdown that he had. But shout out Saquon. I love you.
You can't win a game when you turn the ball over 3 times and then have an unnecessary roughness, late hit penalty. You just can't win a playoff game like
Yeah,
that.
and he tried to jump off sides 4 times at the 1-yard line, at the half-yard line.
Hey, I love the effort.
Should have just given us a touchdown, honestly. Should have just given it.
Don't worry, you'll see that next week. The refs do that for the other.
Yeah, yeah. When Frankie Louvu signs a 10-day for the Chiefs and does the same thing.
Yep.
Have you ever stepped foot in Philly?
I have not.
Calling him fake.
I have
No,
not.
I was just saying it because those fans are fucking awful.
Yeah. I'm not a Philly native. I'm not a Boston native either. So the Celtics fans, I don't associate with Celtics fans either. The Bostonian Celtics fans.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to be associated with them.
You associate with the worst sports team.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And, I've become the exception to the really bad sports fans in this world. I mean, even Liverpool, right? Liverpool has kind of this rep of being kind of racist, being kind of old school in that way. But that's for the Liverpool natives. We're not Scousers.
We're not Scouts.
We're not Scousers, obviously.
I recognize myself as Scouts, but that's different.
See,
It's in my TikTok bio, so.
There you go.
it's legit.
I'm the 3rd Japanese Scouse. It's Kumi Minamino, Wataru Wendo, and then there's me.
Where's your gum shield?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I wear it every time I go hoop. I'll tell you that. No one wants to line up against me, bro. I'm telling you, I'm a warrior. But no, that is really weird, huh? How as a sports fan, I've aligned myself with the worst fans.
Is it weird?
I don't know. Some might call it a coincidence. Cue the Incredibles meme. But living in LA for almost my entire life and being a Celtics fan, I've always kind of like I stuck out a lot. You know, being the one wearing the green in a sea of purple and gold has always been like a thing. But then like even walking into the arena right outside of TD Garden, like being in just a sea of green, going all the way down Causeway Street, it was like I really felt like I was home. I was just like, oh my gosh, I belong here. And then like I got paler and paler. My hair got more and more blonde, and then I was like, "Oh shoot!" And then
Your shorts started to raise. You just turned out like Larry Bird by the end of the
Sam
night.
Adams spawned into my hand randomly. I was just like, "What?" And then like woke up in a duck boat. It was just really weird. It was a really bizarre experience, but that is Philly fans. See, but it's not just Eagles fans. It's also 76ers fans. Also,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
they're
too.
awful people.
Yeah.
Like.
If
I don't
Jared
know.
McCain was not a 76er,
Oh God.
going to
Yeah.
Philly would not be fun for
See,
him.
like, can you imagine being Joel Embiid? Like, the amount of stuff that he hears in that arena, it's getting hurt every other game, shooting
when
40,
you miss 47% of your career games,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also
Deserves
shoot like
it.
16 free throws a game. Like,
unethical hoops.
super unethical. Like, I don't get it, man.
Mhm.
But I think, I don't know. I feel like Philly fans, Eagles fans get a little misunderstood. I think they're just passionate people.
I don't really think so.
Okay, well,
They are passionate. That's
They
one
are
thing
passionate.
you could say. Yeah.
I would say though, like in each respective sport, right? Like people, a lot of other teams fans will say like the Eagles fans are the worst. I would say the Cowboys fans are the absolute worst. Them Raiders fans.
Different
I don't like
types of
Niner
bad.
fans too.
I mean, but like Cowboys fans, it's kind of like being an Arsenal fan, right? It's
Ugh.
like every year it's our
Yeah,
year. We're gonna
yeah.
win the league. We're gonna win the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, and then you always fall short. Well, if you're the Cowboys, you fall short quite a bit earlier than the
Yeah.
final. But in basketball, yeah, you can say Celtics fans. I don't really mind that. For a long time, it was Warriors fans in the mid 2010s because y'all
The
just
bandwagon fans.
Yeah,
y'all
it's the
just
band-
spawned
yeah,
out of
yeah.
Clippers fans. Don't even get me started on Clippers fans in the mid 2010s. Y'all just spawned out of nowhere. Coincidentally, when the Lakers were rolling out a lineup of Drew Goldalock, Robert Sacre, Chris Duhon, Earl Clark, I don't know, but going back to the game though, great game. Shout out to the Commanders. I mean, I think if we had played the Lions, it would have been a little bit more difficult. Do I see how? I don't think we even necessarily win that game if we do play on the Lions.
It
Like,
would have been close.
It's in Detroit,
It's in
yeah.
Detroit. Yeah.
I mean, they are very, very hurt. The Lions are like they were a very injured team. They had
That
like what,
defense is
12 or
hurt.
15 players on
Yeah.
IR
Mhm.
going into the playoffs. But I mean, shout out to the Lions though. Still, like had a historically great regular season, and then shout out to the Commanders too. I mean, should we get to the most depressing game of the season so far?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Bills Chiefs.
The nightcap, the one we all were waiting for.
Brother.
Was it a first down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Irregardless,
It was a
Kincaid
first
Oh, yeah,
down.
that-
It was
Kincaid-
roughing the passer at the
Yeah.
end.
Kincaid should have caught that.
Kincaid should have
Kincaid
caught it.
should've
It hits
caught
both
it.
your hands. You have to catch it. That's
Yeah.
Granted,
rule
he
number
was
one.
like coming back to it a little
Still.
bit. Still, you got to catch
Hit the
that.
hands.
Yeah.
Hit the hands.
Xavier Worthy. I don't think that was a catch.
Well,
That was not a catch
it was
either.
a pick and then
An
he took it back.
interception,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. It's the zebras. Either way, we ended up with the Super Bowl that nobody wanted.
Yep.
So
Is
it's
this
gonna-
the most? Is this the?
Is this the Mavs Celtics of the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'd
this
say it
last year's
is.
finals?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's gonna be a
And
good
then,
game.
and then we're gonna
but
see in the Champions League final, we're gonna see like a Liverpool
Madrid.
freaking Madrid final.
I'd say an all England final would be even worse.
Like,
Like
imagine
Liverpool City.
Liverpool Arsenal
Ugh.
final. No one wants to see that.
No.
It's like
Yeah.
Liverpool Tottenham, that Champions League
Yeah.
final from like
Yeah.
5 years
That was-
ago.
Yeah, that was bad. We won those bad final anyways.
It's one of those ones that you're like, can I even be happy that I won this?
Yeah.
Now, if the Eagles beat the Chiefs, I'm like, oh, best believe I'm celebrating. I'm like, we ended the three-peat. We stopped the three-peat. Like, God, I hope like Kelsey retires, please.
Yeah.
Like, we put out this scenario on our show
Another
that
plug.
what will
Another plug.
on the Pick Six podcast on She Likes Sports. That what will inevitably happen, right? Because the way that our shows have gone this postseason is like we'll talk about like we'll predict every round, whatever, and then we end every show on the most depressing note of just like, what's the point? The Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like why do we even bother? But what's gonna happen? The Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl. Kelsey's gonna go for 15 catches for 250 yards, whatever.
Mhm.
He's gonna be on the podium, get a
Kiss
Super Bowl,
Taylor
get his-
Swift on the field.
Yep.
announce his retirement, and then propose with the Super Bowl ring from last year.
That would be sick.
Shut up.
No, it would be. That would
No,
be
shut
really
up.
cool. That'd be
No.
really cool.
Shut up.
No,
Did you guys hear about the Pat Riley three-peat thing?
that was coming up next.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
5%
Yeah.
of all revenue for all three-peat stuff.
that has any three-peat.
Like merchandising
on
or
it.
branding on it.
Anything.
So
That-
he's dealing with Jimmy Butler in Miami, but in like a week, he's gonna get a massive paycheck.
Yeah.
What do we have next? Oh, do we want to keep talking about Bills Chiefs a little bit?
I do have one thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Mahomes
As a
quote.
Bills fan,
The Mahomes
let's get your
quote.
perspective.
It was just a Mahomes quote for me.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Oh yeah,
Which
he was
one?
like, "Oh, I feel real bad for Josh."
Oh
It
yeah.
had to be us. It just really hurt that it had to be
I
us.
thought it was you woke up the wrong mother. And then Max Crosby.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's rough.
I
And
know,
then,
like,
did you see the Haley Steinfeld with Michael B. Jordan thing?
No. Uh-oh.
It was just like, I think it was a movie scene or dancing on him. They were just talking about how bad it must be at this point for Josh Allen.
Oh.
I mean,
How
That's
down
the
bad
one
he must
guy.
be.
That's the one guy.
He just needs a win.
Yeah, he does need to win.
he's winning off the field. I guess he's engaged to Haley Steinfeld. It's not that bad.
Now he's watching her with Michael B. Jordan.
he has
Yeah,
nothing to show for it too.
this is-
No awards.
Get him an
no
MVP,
Super
bro. Give him
Bowls.
the MVP. I know, like, it's not
Yeah.
it's a regular season award. Even if it's in the regular season, he's done so much with so much less. Like, he doesn't have a Travis Kelce. He doesn't have a Derrick Henry. He doesn't have a Jamar Chase or a Saquon Barkley. His wide receiver one is Khalil Shakir.
Yeah.
Granted, he has James
No
Cook.
disrespect, but
No disrespect to Khalil.
Yeah.
That's my guy. That was my
Yeah.
handcuff player for the season. And you know what? He balled out.
Yeah, he did.
Tell you what, he balled out. I had him on my fantasy. He didn't lose me weeks. He didn't win me weeks either. But
He's been balling since Boise. He's
he's a
Yeah.
baller, man. And it's like, okay, first of all, what was the point of trading for Amari Cooper? Like, what?
he was
why?
barely on the
Nothing,
field.
yeah.
Why?
He was barely on the field.
Like, what was the point?
They were playing Mac Hollins over him.
He
Mac
was
Hollins.
calling
He
that
was-
Matt
game.
Collins was fine.
He was good.
Eagles
Yeah.
He
legend.
backed up that weird ass fit.
Dude, animal from the Muppets. He dressed like he was going to the beach. Like that guy is. Have you guys seen his TikToks?
No.
He's
does,
like a scientist.
Yeah,
Or
it's like it's kind of and he
pretends
does
to.
like he just does like stuff around the house. He'll be like how to fix your washing machine or like
Wow,
just
what a
like
handy guy.
yeah, he's just a weird guy. Like
He's like a life hacks dude.
yeah, basically yeah, that's what it is.
He's
It's
like a
life
life
hacks.
hacks dude.
Yeah,
He's like, if you
crazy.
had this hanging around your house, Super Bowl ring, and
it's crazy. Yeah,
shout out with Matt Collins though. He won a Super Bowl with the Eagles as a rookie. He did the floss in the end zone back in 2018.
Speaking of Josh Allen and his MVP, possible MVP. You
Right.
guys see Cam Newton's quote the other day?
Mm-mm.
Says he wouldn't trade his MVP for a Super Bowl victory.
Selfish,
Selfish,
We saw it on
yeah.
the field.
selfish.
We
He
saw
didn't
it
die
in
for the ball.
We saw it in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, man.
That's why he doesn't have a
He's
Super
a me.
Bowl. Yeah,
He's a me player.
Yeah, I thought he was
Selfish.
talking about
Yeah, I did
you.
too.
He's me. I resonate a
I
lot
am
with
not
Cam Newton.
I am not Superman.
He
Yeah.
also isn't letting the new Auburn quarterback. They have like a really like a 5-star quarterback coming in. He's not letting him wear number 2. His name is Deuce Knight, so 2 Knight. He's not letting him wear number 2. He's like trying to fight it. I'm like, bro,
Come on, Unc.
just give it to him. Like, chill out.
Take you and your weird ass hats elsewhere, bro.
Yeah.
He has like his dreads like popping out of the top of his hat. He looks like a palm tree. But honestly, bro, Josh Allen, he deserves an MVP. He's deserved like 3 of them, honestly, at this point of his career. The things that he's been able to do in the regular season with some less than stellar Bills teams, taking them to AFC championships, pushing Mahomes to the limit. Again this year.
Yeah. And they
Like-
beat the Ravens. I know the award was before that, but
For
they
sure.
beat the Ravens. If that doesn't show you, then what
For
does?
sure. And it's like, look, even as weirdly officiated as the game was, they could have still won that game.
Yeah.
They had a chance to win that game. And that you could go about that either one of 2 ways, right? It's like, okay, you collapsed at the end, even though you could have still won the game, but also like given all the reffing issues, you still had a chance to win the game. Which doesn't bode well for the Eagles because what's the point?
You got to blow them out. Right.
You got to.
We'll blow the
But
But
backs
even
out.
if you go up by 10 points,
we're gonna blow the backs out the Chiefs.
it doesn't matter.
That's right.
Nobody heard that? All right, cool. Awesome.
We're immune to it now.
Awesome.
Swiftly moving on.
Swiftly.
If Mahomes,
Nice.
if
Swiftly
Mahomes
transition.
gets this one, what
Okay.
is this? What does this mean for his legacy? Where
Goat.
go?
No, not yet.
Nah.
Already?
Not yet.
Goat.
Is he number?
Not yet.
Is he already number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just
I think
putting
so.
above Montana.
Yeah, I think so.
Come on,
Three-peat?
guys.
Three-peat?
What is it?
Repeat.
What is that? 4 and 6 years? 4 and 5?
I think it's 5.
4 and
Is it
6
5?
years.
Is it 6?
It started in
Rams.
2019.
Who else
Beating
won?
you
Rams.
Rams and Bucks. So
Bucks.
4 and 6.
Okay, yeah.
4 and 6.
Yeah.
So 4 and 6 years is not bad, but I think he's only 29 also, by the way.
I know.
He still has like 10 plus years of football
If
left.
the reps keep protecting him like this, he's gonna have 15 more years.
And he still has that
They can't
cannon
hit
of
him.
an arm that like doesn't really go away. Well, Brady has what, 7?
7.
7 in 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
I think that's the
But-
thing, right?
One against him.
He has one. Yeah, he.
Mhm.
That I think
That's
I feel
got to
like
have
like
some
the-
value. And he beat him in the
Yeah, he knocked
AFC
him out, too.
Championship.
knocked him out too. I think that's the only thing that like what's good about this conversation that we're having is like when it comes to like the NBA debates, for example, like we never seen LeBron and Jordan go head to head, so we can never really compare the two.
Mhm.
We've legit seen Brady beat
Mhm.
Mahomes in the
Twice.
Super Bowl.
And it's not like Mahomes wasn't in his prime at that time. He had already won an
And,
MVP.
Yeah, that offense was better too.
It was only
Tyreek.
that offensive line that year in 21, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 2020.
In 2020,
Yeah.
right? That was like like all banged up. That was like
Yeah.
Mahomes had to like scramble
Yeah.
in every single snap.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, that Bucks defense was just incredible. Devin White, Levante David,
Winfield.
yeah, Winfield. What's that? What's the Samoan dude's name? On the
Oh,
Vita
Vita
Vea.
Vea.
Yeah.
Like those guys were absolute monsters. But the Chiefs, they had Tyreek, Kelsey, Hardman, Robinson, if I'm not mistaken.
Juju was on that team too, right? When he
I
was
think he
a
was in
little
the
better.
year after.
It was a year after.
Yeah, year
Okay.
after.
Shout out Juju, by the way. He still has a job in the NFL.
He balled. He balled.
He's been playing good.
Yeah.
Long Beach legend.
Yeah. Paulie.
So you say GOAT if he wins this?
I think so.
Is he one already for you?
Huh?
If he wins, he's won.
Well, okay. Realizing it, Brady does have 7.
Yeah.
It's a GOAT in the making. If he keeps going like this, though, I think he'll pass him.
He's
up.
on the trajectory. He's
Yeah.
on a. He's
But
on
he's
a
not
GOAT.
yet.
He's
No,
not.
I'll
there
take it
yet.
back.
You know, I
Yeah.
love that Tom Brady joined the AFC West, joined as an executive of the Raiders.
Raiders,
You know, hey,
Trying to
I
prevent
like
it.
the effort.
I think Fox is also
Do what
doing
you
the Super
can.
Bowl. Fox Sports is, and he's going to be on that broadcast with Kevin Burkhardt.
He is.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's a great broadcaster, to be honest
I
with
like
you.
his play, but I like his color commentary.
You do?
I know Greg Olson's pissed. He said he basically came out and said, like, I'm not going to do the Sunday regional games for the rest of my career. Like, I want to do some big games.
Wow.
Damn.
And then now Tom Brady might end up taking that. But I mean, it's something like I wish that like when LeBron retires, I want to see that, like him be
I
on the booth.
Want to hear him
Nah.
live for 2 hours?
I don't know, because we never seen it in any like I would
22 years of Braun isn't
Like
enough.
I wish I could have seen like Kobe like be in the commentary booth after he retired. I would have loved. I mean, he had his
yeah, he
Mamba
had a little
He
he
like
had a
show
little
on the side.
series,
Yeah.
right? On ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see like the greatest players of our sport kind of take that role. Like
Better than like Kendrick Perkins or some random
Yeah.
ass player.
like I'm so sick and tired of like hearing Perk or
Yeah.
like I mean like Chris Webber was an exception. Right? He was a great commentator.
Yeah.
He brought out energy. Reggie Miller was
Reggie
great.
Miller. Mhm.
Grant
Like
Hill.
Grant Hill was
Mhm.
great, but he was almost exclusively Fox Sports West, wasn't he? Wasn't he doing a lot of Clipper games during that Fox Sports West
Who?
era? Grant Hill was.
I don't know, but he's on TNT now.
He was on TNT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean, like when I hear Jeff Van Gundy, I love his commentary.
Mhm.
He's an elite level coach. He was a long tenure coach as an NBA player, as an NBA coach. Not as much Stan because I can't really understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, when we had Doc Rivers
Oh, that was
as an
bad.
ESPN
Yeah,
commentator
thank
for
God
like
he
the
got
2 months
hired.
before
Yeah.
he got hired.
Thank God he got hired.
That was rough.
Bro, that was rough
Yeah.
scenes. Like my mom was like, "Who is that talking?"
Get some
He's like,
lotion
"This
on
Doc
that
Rivers."
voice.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know. I
bad.
was like, "Does he still smoke every day?" I was like, "I don't know if he ever did."
He was an NBA player. I don't think he did.
I don't know. I mean, Vlade Divac was doing it. I'm sure Vlade
Yeah.
Divac was like chain smoking pre
European.
post game. Those Slavs, man. I'm telling you. I guarantee you. We've seen the clips of Luka friggin' smoking out the hookah in
Yeah,
the summertime. Come on,
That's
man.
true.
So if Mahomes, okay, who has the most to gain from winning the Super Bowl this year? Do you think it's Mahomes,
Yeah.
Jalen.
Jalen?
I think it's Jalen Hurts because he
He's
hasn't done it yet.
He hasn't done it. It's all those.
I think it might
talks-
be Saquon. If he,
Saquon
if they
too.
win the Super Bowl this year, it's
That's
the greatest
good.
free agent
Okay,
signing
Yeah.
ever.
We had this
Yeah.
conversation on our show. If Saquon wins the Super Bowl, gets MVP or whatever, right? If he gets MVP, granted, if he just wins, is this the greatest single season of a running back of all time?
Yeah,
Easily rushed for. He's
he almost had the record.
He almost had the
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
I mean, he's almost at like 2,600, 2,700 rushing yards. He's almost at 3,000 scrimmage yards from regular season and postseason. Is this the greatest single season we've seen from a running back ever, ever, ever?
I think so.
Like This is all at the Eric Dickerson years. This is any LT year. Sorry. This is any.
CMC had a damn good year last year, and it kills me inside that Saquon's living out his dream.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, y'all had the Super Bowl appearance too. Like Saquon and McCaffrey were going through like the same thing.
McCaffrey scored a touchdown in like almost every single game last year, I think, except like 2.
Yeah, but would this be like? I feel like this puts him in the conversation of being arguably one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Yeah.
The only thing that weighs him down is the
Giants
years that were just. I mean, he had some great individual years, but they were just not winning whatsoever. They were nowhere near that.
The Giants are so stupid for letting him go, and then obviously the Eagles with the best offensive line, one of the best offensive lines we've ever seen, pick him up. Obviously, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
he's just going to run rampant, and that's what he did all year.
When I saw that clip of the GM,
oh god,
oh my, I was like. Yes.
Well, he knew he was being filmed too. How are you going to say that?
How are you going to say stuff like that, bro?
So
like,
dumb.
oh my gosh.
That's
dude.
the same GM that had his son, his 12-year-old son,
who
say
was right
to draft JJ
Daniels.
Daniels.
Who was right? Yeah.
But I don't think they had the pick at that
No,
time.
he was gone. Yeah, he was gone. He was gone.
They ended up having to draft Malik Neighbors, who also, I mean, he turned out for the first 6 weeks of the season, he was the only reason why Daniel Jones had a job.
Yeah.
And then Malik Neighbors kind of fell off and got hurt, and then.
But he was still playing well with Locke and DeVito. Like he's a Pro Bowler.
He is a Pro Bowler. So, I think the Eagles, Sirianni, Jalen, Saquon. I mean, all the guys on the Eagles team that haven't won yet have the most to gain. I think the AJ Browns, the Devontae Smiths.
I would say it's Hurts or Saquon.
Hurts and Saquon and Sirianni, I think, because Sirianni over the last couple of years has gone through a lot of criticism of.
That's the biggest reason I don't want you guys to win. I mean, I don't want either team to win. Wow. I guess I don't want the Chiefs to win more, but
we want a meteor strike. In the middle of the game.
So I hope neither team has fun. I hope neither team wins.
Okay, so you just want like an earthquake to happen, like the World Series.
You know, if there was a natural disaster, there'd be a lot of fish on land. I think it's a good transition for a fish break.
He's right.
I love this. I love this. I might steal that, you know.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's a great one.
I don't know if you guys saw it. I know no one's big hockey fans over here, but
hey,
SJ Sharkey posted a photo on Twitter where he was eating some Chili's baby back ribs. Well, Chili's baby back ribs.
What
were the baby back ribs in question?
What do you mean?
What was he eating?
Baby back ribs.
No, they weren't baby back ribs.
Oh, so it's like a different animal is what you're saying?
Was he just not ribs at all?
They weren't ribs.
Was he just eating like a grilled fish?
No.
Like a
is it like a mascot of
He's
another
a
team?
He's
a mascot, San Jose Sharks.
No, I know, but like was he eating the ribs of another mascot?
No.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. My guess was going to be like octopus for Kraken or
pretty good.
Or fish and chips.
He was just eating a baby. He just lifted up a baby, held that up, put it in his mouth.
Wow. That's borderline demonic.
Is it on Twitter?
It's on Twitter, yeah.
That's borderline demonic.
It's pretty scary.
You know.
Is he canceled?
He's not canceled, no.
You can't cancel
SJ Sharkey.
You can't cancel SJ Sharkey, yeah.
Hashtag it.
What's next? What's next?
Interesting.
University of Washington,
Husky.
head coach, previously an assistant for the New England Patriots, Los Angeles Rams, UCLA, University of Michigan, Jacksonville Jaguars, University of Miami, Seattle Seahawks, University of Minnesota, Denver Broncos, Baltimore Ravens, Houston Texans, and the University of Florida. We know his name.
Around more than a spliff.
Well, he replaced Kalen DeBoer. I do know his name.
He was at Arizona before as well. Head coach.
Yeah, with Fafita. Oh my God.
Is that a fish name? I'm hungry.
I heard that.
We gotta transition.
I do know his name. I can't think of it.
Is this something Fishburne?
Jetfish.
Oh my God. Yes.
Jetfish.
Can I get like a half point on that?
You can get a half point, yeah. You can get a full point if you get this one right, though.
Okay.
The octopus wager. Do we know what it is? It did hit in the 2023 Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Uh-huh.
Who cashed that bet? Like which player? And what is it? It's called the octopus wager.
It was last year's Super Bowl?
So what was last year?
No, two.
Yeah,
2023.
So Eagles.
Chiefs, Eagles.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Eagles.
Kadarius Toney?
James Bradbury. Octopus wager?
Yep.
What does that even
wager.
mean?
Yeah, what is that?
You got to figure that one out, too.
So
is that a part of the point?
8-leg parlay?
It's not an 8-leg parlay, but that's a good guess.
That's what I would have thought.
Yeah.
It was an 8-leg parlay.
How many points can you score on a play?
8.
6. Oh, who had the 2-point conversion?
2-point conversion.
Jalen? Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts
Yeah.
rushed for the touchdown, so 6 points.
Well.
Converted the 2-point conversion.
Of course.
8 points, octopus wager.
Okay.
I guess they're really big.
Wow. There you
Super
go.
Bowl bet.
Tush push, baby.
You going for another octopus wager this year?
I don't know. I mean, I could see it happening for sure. I
So-
think he's had plenty of those.
So you have to score all 8 points.
You
is
have to
what-
score
okay,
all 8 points,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Interesting.
octopus
Well, it could
wager.
happen. Tush push, and then another tush push.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
not-
you can't really tush push from.
Well, a penalty on a 2-point conversion. Try
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. We're kind of
Yeah,
getting
try-
You're
that.
setting it up.
Yeah.
sign Frankie Louvu. Kansas City.
Yeah.
And then last year, Sea Life Aquarium had the Southern Stingrays, and the Weedy Sea Dragons predict the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. They're 2-0. Predicted last 2 Super Bowls. We haven't got their predictions yet. They usually come out the day
Oh.
before the Super Bowl.
I want to see what that corgi says.
But we did, unfortunately for you, have Skylar the Octopus from the Waikiki Aquarium already coming up his pick, and he picked the left shrimp, which was
is-
the Chiefs.
What the fuck is going on?
Wow.
And that's all I got for Fish Break.
Sure.
Thank you. We're gonna transition quickly to a little game, a quick game.
Okay.
We're gonna blind rank 5 Super Bowls. I'm gonna give you guys 5 Super Bowls.
Okay. Do we all need to agree on a list?
You two.
Yeah, you two.
Okay.
agree on
Okay, yeah.
All right, here we go. First one.
Can we get the
Eagles-
graphic up?
Eagles Patriots 2017.
1.
Yeah, with the whatever that play was called.
The Philly special.
Thank
Philly
you.
special.
Yeah.
Real
It's one.
But
creative.
we have to leave one open
Why?
because there were 4 more. We
Dude,
don't know. We don't
Tom
know.
I'm
Brady
gonna
threw
tell you,
for-
it's recent. It's all in this century,
Tom Brady had like 500 yards of offense that game.
Okay, we could put it.
and
at
you won
one.
with a backup
Philly
quarterback.
special. Yeah.
Yeah, and we
Nick
won it with Nick Foles, with our wide receiver one being
It was a good
Alshon
game
Jeffrey.
too.
Yeah, it was,
It was
a
a
good game.
great game.
Okay,
I had to watch it from a hospital bed. That's a story for a different
that makes
time.
it even better.
Sounds like an
also.
Eagles fan.
Yeah, yeah, we can go one. That's fine.
Yeah, that's one.
All right, Rams Bengals 2021.
Oh, that game. Was
I really like
good.
that one.
Yeah, I like that game too.
I think because I was so impartial in it, I think I was
Yeah.
able to enjoy it a lot more, I think.
And that Bengals team was just so exciting too.
Yeah, and that was
a non-Chiefs
was that
year.
was that Cooper Cup Triple Crown year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Stafford's first year.
Odell,
Stafford's first
too.
year. Odell was there.
Oh, but he got hurt though.
That was Von Miller.
But I think he scored a touchdown.
he did.
Yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
did before he got
that was
hurt.
Von Miller.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
We're number 5.
That's right.
Face mask from T. Higgins.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That was crazy
Yeah.
work. 3, 4.
3, so we can
3?
leave 2.
3?
Yeah.
because that was a good Super Bowl.
All right, Eagles Chiefs 2022.
5.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It was
Recency
fine up
bias.
until the last like 3 minutes. Was not a pass interference. I just want to point that out there.
Oh, Jalen Hurts, Hail Mary for the win. Oh, 30 yards down the field. Womp womp. All right. Next up. This one sucks. Niners Chiefs last year. Overtime.
I don't know. It didn't have the same.
Yeah, it didn't have the same feel.
It didn't have the same feel. as
Overtime or
the-
not.
Overtime. Yeah.
I was feeling a lot of stuff.
I'm sure. Yo.
Whoa.
Yo.
None of it was good.
We're not gonna.
4.
4.
4.
Sure.
Falcons Patriots 2016.
Oh,
Two.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that list.
That
That's
could
a
also be
great
one.
list.
That's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
That's a great
1
list.
and 2 could flip, but yeah, I like that though.
No,
yeah.
I like that list. That's a great list.
All right, we'll end with a couple fun stuff.
All right.
Taylor Swift. How much do you think she actually matters in the games?
0.
0%.
Well,
Okay, here's the thing though. You don't think the NFL wants Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl?
Of course they
they
do.
had her there last year.
Of
I
course
know.
they do.
What's
Maybe
better?
that's why I didn't care about it as much.
Because she was there.
Because she was there.
Read my article on Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. Thank you.
Yep.
I also help. I also
You
student at
find
the
the
time.
Getty image or something?
I did.
He did,
Shout out
actually.
Wikimedia
Yeah.
Commons, bro.
It's 0%. Obviously, it's good to have her for the marketing and all those new fans she brings in, which I actually do think is pretty cool for the NFL. But
So I
she
would say,
doesn't
like,
matter.
5%.
Well, she doesn't matter for. Oh, I guess she matters for the ratings. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
But for the actual game itself and the outcome, it's 0.
You don't think there's a few extra? Oh, let's throw in a flag here,
No,
flag there in the playoffs.
'Cause
You
she's
get
already-
the Chiefs
all
there.
it does is ruin my viewing experience.
I don't know how
Yeah.
much in the Super Bowl, but the playoff run.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She's already at the Super Bowl, so you don't have to do anything in the game
exactly.
to get them there.
but to get them there,
maybe you're onto something.
I don't know if that was
Like
Mahomes throwing the ball in that last play of the game.
Kincaid. A
That
little
would have been
bit.
rough in the
Dropping the
passer.
passer.
Everyone knows
Yeah,
that.
Kincaid got some money for dropping that. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe, dude.
I don't know.
Final question: how many times does Kendrick perform "Not Like Us"?
too many.
Over under over under
Too fucking
3.5.
many. I'm sick of that fucking song.
Me too.
Oh man. I don't.
You have the actual
It's
number?
about how many times he tags.
No, I'm just asking you guys.
It's about how many times he like just tags that part of that song. You just hear that line
Yeah.
over and over and over and over and over, bro. Honestly, why wasn't it Lil Wayne?
Because
know.
Kendrick's popping right now, and so is SZA. I don't blame him.
I don't know,
I
bro.
like Kendrick, but
Honestly, the last couple Super Bowl halftime shows have been kind of disappointing. Rihanna was great. I
like
liked
the
Rihanna.
Weeknd. I like
Rihanna
the
was
Weeknd
good.
Great.
too.
Jay-Z was there when Rihanna performed, and then she performed Umbrella without Jay-Z. I'm like,
Yeah.
you had him there. Why didn't you
Yeah.
just have him there? I mean, it was impressive with Rihanna. She was pregnant. The bump was there, and she was. I mean, she could have done a backflip, and that would have been.
I think all the Super Bowl halftime shows this decade have actually been pretty good. Because we got The Weeknd,
Yeah,
we got
Rihanna.
Snoop, Dre,
Yeah,
Eminem,
the
all
LA
them.
one was cool.
Yeah, that was good.
I
That
wasn't a
one,
fan of the
Rihanna.
Maroon 5 was
That was
Last decade.
2019.
within this decade.
Yeah, within this decade, they've all been.
Mhm.
They've all been
pretty-
decent.
Usher was.
I don't
alright.
know.
And
man.
Kendrick's gonna be
They
good
brought out
too.
Ludacris.
But it's just like all the like the squabble up song. We've heard that over and over
That's
again,
true.
and that's what he's gonna play.
Do
I'm
you
Kendricked
think-
out.
Do you think
Yeah.
with this beef, with how it ended with him and Drake, do you think Drake will ever get a Super Bowl halftime show?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's
he
crazy how he
cares.
hasn't gotten one
I
yet.
know.
But I think at this point, I think it's just done for him.
If they play a Super Bowl in Buffalo.
Why doesn't Taylor Swift just perform?
She's
there.
with Pepsi. Or no, she's with Coke.
Oh, okay. And
In
it's
the
Pepsi
Pepsi.
Super Bowl halftime show.
She's
Pepsi
with
halftime
Coke.
show.
What does she have to do with Coke?
Coca-Cola.
No, I understand, but what does she have to do with
does
Coke?
She drinks Coke. She does
Interesting.
Coke.
Okay.
I think we're gonna get kicked out again.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us for season 5, episode 2 of Teed Up. Thank you to our video editor and producer, Aiden Swanepoel, our multimedia producer, Elle Nicklin. If you want to stay updated on the latest in Long Beach State sports, check out our website, lbcurrent.com, and follow us on socials at lbcurrent. Thank you so much for listening. See you guys later.
You can
Hope
thank this
both
guy
teams lose.
for the updates on Long Beach State sports.
Gotcha.
But
Hearts.
follow Theological Sports.